This segment brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. Progress powered by Kansas farmers.
K-State and Kansas Wildlife Parks and Tourism are collaborating to study mule deer and whitetail deer in northwestern Kansas. The comprehensive research project will monitor movement, habitat use, survival, and reproductive success of deer in an 8-county area. Researchers are looking for answers to questions that hunters, landowners, and biologists have about the deer densities, deer-human interactions, crop damage, and the effects of landscape changes on deer populations. A big concern is a possible decline in the mule deer population. There are some indications that the range of this icon of the Kansas plains is contracting westward. The study began this month and will last 3 years. 120 mule deer and whitetail deer will receive GPS radio transmitters. Deer will be captured and transported using helicopters operated by a professional wildlife capture company experienced with this process. A veterinarian will oversee the handling and marking of all captured deer. In addition to monitoring deer movement, survival of different year classes, causes of mortality, and species interactions, researchers will capture fawns in May and June to document reproductive rates. While the overall health of the Kansas deer herd is good, no recent studies have been done that provide this level of information, which will help biologists make informed decisions for future management of this important wildlife resource. More than 120,000 hunters pursue deer in Kansas each fall, contributing more than $10 million to fund wildlife management programs through the purchase of permits. The overall impact deer hunters have on the Kansas economy is much greater. Contact information will be attached to each radio transmitter, and hunters who harvest a marked deer should contact researchers to provide information on where and when the deer was harvested. Cooperating landowners will be provided with data gathered so that they can better manage deer on their land, and a written report will be published and available to the public online at the conclusion of the project.
This segment brought to you by the Western Kansas Wildlife Travel Center in Oakley.
Welcome to Western Kansas Wildlife Travel Center, right here in Oakley, Kansas on I-70 at exit 76. I-70, after all, is America's Main Street, and we're right here on Main Street for you. Now that I'm an Oakley resident, I still come in almost every day, and I sit and listen to the conversations of the people around me. You know, the guys who are talking about the big elk they just bagged, or the folks who are taking their kid to college for the first time. People just traveling up and down the highway. Real people, just like you and me. And they find just what I find here, real people to serve them. There's history, there's scenery. We hope you'll stop and see us soon. Welcome to Oakley.